Open 2-game series coming up. Yanks will be in Washington tomorrow night. Wednesday night, they're going to see Gio Gonzalez tomorrow. They're going to see Scherzer on Wednesday. The Mets home take on Toronto. The Mets play Arizona for the weekend. Both teams have Monday and Thursday off this week. That's why the Yanks skip pitches. That's why they can all move their stuff around, because they have off days today and Thursday. Yanks will be in Kansas City. Yanks are going Kansas City and Texas. Then they come home and play the Angels and Astros. The Mets play in Arizona at home after Toronto. So they got Toronto, then off Thursday, then play Arizona over the weekend. Arizona's lost like 5 in a row. So Toronto in tomorrow for the Mets. Yanks in our nation's capital for a 2-game against the Nationals, who now are, playing much better and are 5 or 6 games over 500 now. So they've been playing well, as a matter of fact. Sports betting's got everybody crazy, as always seems to be the case. If you're just joining us today, the Supreme Court ruled in the Jersey case, made their statement, and the leagues all want to get paid. You know that. So they made their statement today that allows the states to, make their stand, do what they want to do, and away they go. Today's decision by the Supreme Court opens the door for states to pass laws legalizing sports betting. They would remain in favor of a federal framework that would provide a uniform approach to sports gambling in states that choose to permit it, but they will remain active in ongoing discussions with state legislatures. So we'll see what goes on for these guys as far as that's concerned. That's what these teams are up to. They want to see what goes on. The leagues are still hoping federal first, and then they'll deal with the states. The states are basically on the move right now. They can go to work and do it on a state by state basis. That's what the law states right now. That's what is allowed, and sounds like that's what's most likely. Although some people have called on Congress to act. Congress, the Finance Committee said that they would like to look into it. We'll see how far they go. Chris in Kingston, what's up, Chris?
What's going on, Mike? I'm glad you're back. I really did miss you.
Hey, what's up?
Now, I think this is going to hurt the bookies. I'll explain why. Because when you bet, if it's legalized, you can't bet money you don't have. Like, if I'm going to bet $1,000 and I lose, that's it. Like, if you're betting a bookie, if I bet $1,000, I want to get even. So therefore, I'm in a big hole, and then hope I can't pay. I don't have bookies coming down.
Well, how does that hurt the bookie, though?
Well, I think less people are going to play with the bookies because they don't have the money. Versus if they can go to a casino, hey, I got $100. If I lose, that's it. Because that's money. They're not going to spend $1,000 money they don't have. Like when you're losing, you keep on trying to get even. That's when you go in a big hole, and then that could hurt you financially wise with a bookie.
Well, I think that's why the bookies will never go out of business. Alex in Bernardsville, what's up, Alex?
Hey, Mike, great having you back.
What's happening? Thanks.
Callers guy made no sense. I have a question. Now, with it being legal, what do you think the federal government's crackdown is going to be like? And the repercussions for the local guy, now since they're really messing with government money at this point.
Wait, expound on it. What are you saying? Go ahead.
I feel like the government's kind of turned the other way regarding the local guy, right? Like
the federal government?
Yeah,
they're saying the Supreme Court today basically said it's a state issue. So if it's a state issue, that means the states can deal with it themselves.
No, but as far as whatever the state has been doing, let's say for the last 20 years against your local bookie, now since the state has real revenue coming in off of it, are they going to be cracking down on the local guy?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So what are they going to be looking at?
Well, but it's hard. You're right. That's a fair point. Will they make it harder for the local guy to be in business where it's been considered a victimless crime in the past? Yes, because now you're hurting their business. So yes, I agree with you. That's a good point. They will make the operation tough, but remember, there are no records anymore. So the idea of the way it's set up now with offshore accounts does make it pretty hard to catch people. It makes it really hard. You got to catch them in the act because you don't have any paper trail anymore. Kevin in Queens, what's up, Kevin?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, what's happening?
Just a little bit with horse racing. 2 questions. One, how's Mongo Nation doing? And two,
good. He's on his way to New York now. Is he coming up to New York? Yeah.
Great. Waiting to see him. Second thing, with this Betfair thing, I know, you're with the horses as myself. Yeah. What do you think about it? I don't like it at all.
I'm not a big fan of it. Listen, I don't mind in-game wagering like during the breaks. As a matter of fact, I actually find that to be something you can do pretty well on, and there's a limit to how much you can bet on that. As a matter of, and that is every break they put up a line.
Right.
So, you can adjust it. Like, you can make a bet on, say, the Pats down in the Super Bowl, 20 points. You can wager on them plus 14 or something, okay? So that's the point, and that's just that minute's bet. It's booked. But there's a limit to them. The Betfair thing and what they're talking about there is they actually run on the screen wagers every second throughout the entire game. I think
went down there once.
I think that's intrusive. I don't think that'll be very popular. I think that's crazy to do. That's almost like, when you're dealing with the stock market. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I don't think that's enjoyable even. Now, I'm not saying that, if you need action, you can get enough action. I don't think you need to do it second by second. I mean, that's kind of crazy to me. They do it though, and it yes.
Like, I'll be watching a Yankee game, and it'll show, like, in real time, the lines or the betting options.
I don't know if you'll have. I think you will have a chance you will be able to click that on or not click it on based on your appetite. You'll be someone who doesn't care about gambling at all. I remember baseball betting is far less prevalent, say, than football betting. I mean, if 20 people bet on football, 2 of them bet on baseball. First of all, baseball's a pitcher's game. Secondly, it's a money line where, let's say you wanted to bet yesterday. See, let's say you want to bet on the Jets and they're terrible against the Pats. You could take the Jets plus 17 and it's a game because you're getting 17 points. A's with yesterday against Severino, you can take runs, but you're only getting a run and a half, 2 max. And your odds you're laying 360 to 1 on Severino. You're laying 3.5 to 1 on him. So it's just a very tough bet. They don't put it, there's no point spread. So the point spread's the great equalizer in every game. And you don't have that in baseball. So in baseball, it's going to be much more, hey, today I'm going to take that the odds are X that Harper gets 6 total bases today. I'm going to bet he gets 6 total bases. Or I'm going to bet he gets 2 hits today. Or I'm going to bet these 3 players in my parlay and they have to get 6 hits among them. Or whatever the crazy thing you think of. That could happen. Fastest growing sport in wagering. Anyone want to guess? Take a crack, Moms?
Weird question. I'll say soccer.
Nope.
NHL?
NBA. Statistically, NBA. Interesting, huh? Fastest growing. Now, football is still king. We know that. But the NBA is fastest growing. Joe in Jersey. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Mike. Thanks for taking the call.
What's happening?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you think that the sports betting at Monmouth will, I guess, help the track, because I know in years past Monmouth are having a tough time with attendance.
Will help the track, yes. Absolutely will help the track.
Because the schedule now, like they're only open on weekends now this year. For
guys go down there and wager on the races, but also can go down there and bet on, now in July, it's just baseball. But if you go down there and on a May weekend when you have NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs, you have a big race, and you have, a full baseball, deal, or you go there in September and you have a football. See, when football's in, it's a whole different world. If you have college football or NFL football, that's such a major deal that it's, or the NCAA tournament, something like that, then you have chaos. Can you imagine being at a track when they have the NCAA tournament betting there? I mean, people are going to go crazy. Bet on the NCAA tournament. Jim in Kennelon, New Jersey. What's up, Jim?
Hey, Mike. How are you today?
Good. What's happening?
Hey, I think I might have an idea of how they're going to try to compete with that black market. I imagine these guys are going to try to offer bettors a line of credit or a credit card, something to that effect.
They will never offer a line of credit. That's out the window. Never happened. As far as a credit card, yes, but it'll be maxed out at $500.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the way they compete, right? So you got 30 days to pay.
Right, you got $30. You got $500 though. That's it. There will never be a line of credit. Never be a line of credit.
No?
Absolutely no. It's impossible. Impossible. Okay. They cannot do it. It's too cumbersome. It's a very difficult thing for them to do. They will be able to use credit cards, but up to $500 will be the legal limits, my understanding. Josh in Ocean Grove. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Mike. I'm so glad that this court case came down and you're on the air. I love it.
Oh, thank you. What's up?
Just wanted to run something by you. Do you think that the in-play, in-game bets are the actual safer bet that legally that the new technology, they can put lines out where the players or referees or anybody that is impacting the game doesn't actually even know about when the play is going on?
Well, if you're trying to safeguard it from the players, the answer is yes. I mean, if that was your safeguard is from the players, then the answer is absolutely yes. That would be the case. I don't see it that way. The one with the running lines, I find crazy. I really do. The idea that now it's, 12 points, 11 points, 10 points, 8 points, 7 points, 6 points, 5 points, and it changes every second. That's crazy. How about during a race where the odds on the horses all change during the race? Now he's 2-1, now he's 3-1, now he's 8-1, now he's 20-1, now he's 50-1, now he's 12-1, now it's 4-1. My God, it's hard to follow. Rob in New Rochelle, what's up, Rob?
Hey, Mike, before I make my main point, now you got a lot of pressure on you when you do your football segment when the league where they play for pay. Some guys don't have any access to getting in action. Now they're going to take your picks, Mike, and they're going to actually go to the lottery.
I always tell them the same thing. You know what? Just have a little fun. Don't go crazy.
And, Mike, will you expand now if it's legal? Will you expand it to basketball and baseball and give a couple of picks out once in a while?
I don't know. I've always tried not to get involved in that stuff. Only because I don't want to. I've never wanted to turn it into a gambling show, but I could see moving a little bit in that direction. I could see me getting more involved in a couple of different aspects of the way they do certain things. A couple things that'd be more fun than just regular picks. I mean, but I could see me getting a little more involved, yes. In football, we all do it. And I always do it during the bowls. But I've tried not to do it too much because I don't want to turn it. I never wanted it to be a gambling show, per se. But this will become a bigger part of it. There's no question. Ed in Guilford, what's up, Ed?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? The gentleman you had on before was talking about the VIG that the state would take up to 36%.
Right.
But in addition to that, this is my question. So let's say the feds don't pass it, but they leave it to the states. In terms of taxes on winnings, does the federal government at that point, if it's only a state, operated, industry, do they have a right at taxation on winnings and that sort of thing? Do you hear anything about taxation?
Okay, in other words,
states like Connecticut and New York have income taxes. Okay, right. So if they pass it, for sure your winnings, especially if it's over $1,000, whatever the case may be.
No, the legal limit is the same. It's $2.99 to 1. Then you will get hit with an Uncle Sam. Absolutely.
Uncle Sam will hit you, even though they're not passing.
$2.99 to 1, $299 to 1, and you get Uncle Sam's. That's the way it works. $299 to $1. If you're making more than $300 for your dollar on the wager, so if you win a wager and you put in $20 and you got back some kind of, now if it's a straight bet, you don't have to worry about it. But if you were betting some kind of parlay or you were betting some kind of, pick six or pick six teams and you won it, you're going to have to pay tax on that. Absolutely. As you would on a pick six in horse racing. Use horse racing again as an example. Horse racing, you make a $500 bet on an 8-to-1 shot, that's your money. But if you put a $2 down on a triple and it pays $2,500, Uncle Sam's taking his chunk. He's taking his 20% right off the top. $2.99 to 1. That's the way it works. Luke in East Islip, what's up, Luke?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
What's happening?
Mike, do you think the VIG will change or be different than the illegal books to entice those from gambling more the legal way?
No, I think the lines will be the same. No, I think the lines will not change. I think the lines will be the same. I think the one thing the illegal book will give you is the legal book might allow you he'll always allow you credit. I don't know if he'll allow you anything more exotic in bets because, the legal books, for the most part, the real books, bookmakers, they don't like you to have wagers where you can make a ton of money for a little money. They don't like those wagers. See, the government doesn't worry about those wagers. The bookmaker doesn't like those wagers. He hates those wagers because he can't bounce those wagers off. So they don't like big horse racing bets. They don't allow, a lot of them don't allow where you can make, say, really crazy parlays or something that pays outrageously because they don't like those kind of wagers because they can't bounce those. Back after this.